I've heard a million times, sleep is super important and don't get less than 7 hours of sleep.
Short sleep equals a shorter life. Protein buildup activates stress chemistry, work productivity by about 34%, overall alertness by about 50%.
And each time I was like, yeah, I should probably do that. I'd add it to the list of things that I should do, like eat better, exercise, and sleep more. Did it help? No, it did not. Day after day, I'd wake up having slept far too little, feeling bad mentally, and then making myself feel even worse because I wasn't disciplined enough to do what I knew that I should do. And then the cycle would repeat itself. Until eventually I lowered my standard and quit trying, because at least then I wasn't constantly failing. And isn't this much of how life is? We try, we fail, we try, fail, try, fail, until eventually we just give up so that we're not constantly failing. But what if we could change that? And not just with sleeping, but with other areas of our life as well. So I tested it out with this whole sleeping thing, and I found some really cool stuff. And it all started with a thought. Do you know what a thought is? You see, you have about 6,000 of them per day, unless you're sleep deprived, that is. And each one of them is an incredibly fast, lightning quick connection between the neurons in your brain as it relays a message from one cell to the next. Without thoughts, you wouldn't exist, let alone have desires and goals and things that you are pursuing in life. Just think for a second how crazy cool it is that you can think. You know, like humans are the only thing on this beautiful green earth that can have a thought about a thought. Like humans can think a thought and become upset. We can think a thought and feel love. Thoughts are what make you, you. Like you are the only one that has your thoughts, which makes them incredibly powerful and it makes them incredibly personal and something that we should protect. And being sleep deprived hinders this process of making thoughts, essentially hindering the process of what makes you, you. Let me tell you some of the reasons that I found as to why, to the best of my ability, I will never get less than 7 hours of sleep each and every night.
Sleep deprivation among Americans is an epidemic. Only about 1 in 10 gets the 8 hours of sleep per night recommended by sleep scientists and pediatricians.
A lack of sleep, which is anything less than 7 hours of sleep per night, has very serious repercussions for your brain. The first thing that it does is it slows down the connections inside of your brain. You see, when you allow yourself to get sleep deprived, you are allowing clusters of proteins to build up on the connections inside of your brain, which literally makes the connections between the two neurons, which relays that message, slower. Now let's just think about that for a second. The thoughts that make up so much of who you are and what you do become sluggish and slow when you allow yourself to become sleep deprived. To me, that is incredibly terrifying because every aspect of my life is affected by the thoughts that I have. But when you get adequate sleep, you allow your brain to repair itself and to do kind of a trash cleanup, as it were. And whether you realize it or not, this speeds up your thoughts. The more effective that I can be with my thoughts, the better. Because think about it, like a single massive idea or even a bunch of little ideas can dramatically change who you are and what you do and what you become and who you talk to and interact with. It can change so many things about your life. And I don't know about you, but I kind of like to have the odds in my favor as much as I can. Yeah, so I kind of did something really weird one time. For 7 weeks, I wrote down one specific moment or memory from each day that I wanted to remember for the rest of my life. I put them all inside of this notebook. I honestly cannot tell you how valuable this notebook is to me because inside of here, I have captured so many incredibly powerful and beautiful memories that I would never trade. Each one of these memories came from an incredibly pivotal moment in my life and a very influential moment of my life. And it involved a lot of friends and a lot of study and a lot of things that I was learning, very valuable things. And the idea of trading this and giving these memories up is impossible. I would never ever consider it. And looking back, it took a very small amount of effort to write down each and every day something that I wanted to remember. But now I would never ever give this up because of all of the incredible things that I can now look back on and pull back out of my memory, because all I need is a little kickstart and I read the first couple sentences and it takes me right back to that moment of whatever I experienced, whatever I learned, or whatever my friend said to me, or, whatever moment that I captured, it's right there. Boom, just like that. Now let me ask you this. What if you lost half of the memories that you have right now? Who would you be without those memories? Because in another way, our memories also shape and mold us into who we are today, and also who we are going to continue to become in the future. And they provide us with really valuable information about future decisions that we make. And just think about how your memories have shaped who you are today. Like, who would we be without our memories? Even without a small portion of them. Like, just think of all the lessons that you have learned from the pain that's in your past, or from the moments of bliss that are so powerful you could never recreate them. And what's really scary is you have most likely lost moments like this in the past, whether it's forgetting valuable lessons or very delightful moments. And this is the second consequence of not getting enough sleep. The sleeping process is when your brain catalogs and stores information of all the memories that you've learned and puts it into deep storage, as it were. And so when you don't sleep enough, your brain suppresses the storage of those new memories. Think about it like an inbox that is completely full. And so now whenever anything else comes in, it just simply gets discarded. And just like the idea of giving up this notebook and all of the incredible memories inside of it is completely unthinkable, the idea that I would turn off my brain's ability to capture and hold memories is equally unthinkable. It's more unthinkable. Like, these memories hold up powerful friendships and painful lessons that I now don't have to relearn. And so the more opportunity I can give my brain to capture these daily moments, the more well-rounded and more dynamic of a life I will live. Here's a quote that I've been pondering on for a little while, and it says, "If you can't tell what you desperately need, it's probably sleep." Now, perhaps you're a little bit like me after watching this, and you're just, I don't know, kind of sad, like, great, I guess I'm doomed. It's like, no, you're not. In the exact same way that this video has illuminated why you should get more sleep, this video in the center of the screen here will tell you how to get more sleep.